Okay. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robin Bakersfield, heading out on the Sportster 72. I haven't got to go riding for a couple weeks now. And my computer got drowned by my wife, spilling coffee on it. And I lost all my files and stuff. They're on the hard drive, but can't access anything because the keyboard is completely screwed up. So I went out today and bought a brand new computer. It has Windows 10 in it, which I'm going to have to come learn how to use. And I've never used Windows 10. I've been using Windows 7 with the Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker program. Well, Windows 10 doesn't have the Movie Maker program in it. It's got something else that I'll have to eventually learn how to use. In the meantime, I'm going to try and download the Windows Movie Maker for Windows 8 and see if it'll work on Windows 10. I saw on YouTube a guy explaining how to do it and says that it does work. It's just not supported by Windows anymore. So I will be doing that and hopefully uploading this video to YouTube that way. The other computer that my wife got, we borrowed from my brother-in-law, is a little 11-inch laptop. It doesn't have a lot of processing in it. It was just a little work computer. We can access the internet on it, and we can watch videos, and I can reply to videos, but I can't upload any videos on it. And we can do our email and banking and so forth on it. And my old desktop is so old that and slow that it takes hours to upload a video, especially one that's high quality video. So it takes hours to upload it, process it, and then upload it to the YouTube. So I may have to do that one way or another. I'm going to get a video uploaded, this video. And get a little ride in. Now, I missed last week's Throwback Thursday. I had it all recorded, sitting on the computer ready to upload it when the coffee got spilled on the laptop and drowned it. It's hidden there somewhere on the hard drive. But I guess I could just go ahead and do that one now. So let's call this a late delayed Throwback Thursday. It was just a short little story. Anyways, I had watched a video about one of the guys helping out scooter people. And you know how bikers and scooter people sometimes don't get along, and we should get along, and you know, two wheels is two wheels. Not everybody can afford a $30,000 motorcycle, you know, or a $15,000 motorcycle. Some people can just barely afford a $5,000 motorcycle. So, you know, it shouldn't matter. If you're riding, you're riding. Anyways, to get to the story of my little story about scooters. I was in high school, and let's see, it would have been about my junior year, and we got a new math teacher in that year. and I don't remember what her name was. I think it was Miss Davis. Anyways, most of our high school teachers were our parents' ages, but Miss Davis was much younger. She was fresh out of college and starting her career as a teacher, and she was quite pretty. I don't know if any of you remember what Sandra Dee looked like back in the movies when she was a young teenager, but that's kind of like what Miss Davis looked like. She was pretty much a real-life Barbie doll, blonde hair and all. Anyways, she was our new math teacher for the year, and she rode a little pink Vespa to school and back. And she would park that Vespa in the student parking area for motorcycles and bikes, because they didn't have a motorcycle parking area for teachers, just for the students. Well, she'd come pulling in the morning on her little pink Vespa with her matching pink helmet and her blonde hair flowing back. And she also wore mini skirts and the cute little Angora sweaters they used to have back in those days, and white leather go-go boots. Now, if any of you remember Laugh-In, you'll remember Goldie Hawn in the mini skirts and the go-go boots. So just kind of vision that with long blonde hair, and that was Miss Davis. Well, she'd pull in there in the morning on her little scooter on that mini skirt, and of course, you know, us guys that rode bikes to school were sitting there talking about our bikes, looking at our bikes, and of course, you know, we had to check out her little scooter and stuff and talk to her about bikes and everything. Well, as days went on, she started growing a larger and larger crowd of male students out there waiting in the parking lot for her to arrive at school on her little scooter in her mini skirts. That only lasted probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks, before the administration got wind of it, figured out what was going on and why she was drawing such a big crowd of boys out there in the parking lot. Well, I guess she got called into the office and she was told that she needed to conform to the dress code that the high school girls had to conform to, which was skirts had to be 2 inches below the knees when you're sitting down. So that was the end of the mini skirts. We still would, you know, wait for her to come in on the scooter. It wasn't as much fun. And that was the only math class that I ever sat in the front row of. And Miss Davis always got my attention, and everybody else, every other boy's attention in that class. It was funny. The whole front row was filled with boys, and all the girls got stuck to the back, which was different. And all the boys always sat in the back, and we'd screw off, you know. Well, I don't remember what I got for a grade in that class, but I know it was probably at least a B. I might have even got an A in her class, I don't know. I know I did pay a lot of attention to what she said and did. Because even when she was forced to quit wearing the mini skirts and go to regular dresses, she was still one of my favorite teachers. So that's my memories of scooter riders. Haven't had any much contact with scooter riders other than that. There is a little girl running around here on town on a pink scooter, which also reminded me of that. I haven't seen her lately though, probably because the weather's turned cold. Not too many people go out riding in this stuff. So I'm not going anywhere in particular. I'm just getting out for a ride on the bike because I haven't ridden it for a couple of weeks. You know, got to keep the gas from going stale, keep the bike riding, keep myself riding. I did do one thing though over that 2 weeks is I took off the day tripper solo seat and I mounted up a spring seat. And this is the first time I've tried out this new spring seat I put on there. The spring seat itself is from China, and it was 15 inches long instead of the 13-inch little shorty bobber Springer seats that you always see advertised everywhere. I wanted one a little bit longer because I do got kind of a big butt. And I put the springs, the clothespin style springs on it instead of the barrel springs, because barrel springs wouldn't fit with the way I mounted it on the frame. And I got a front mount that hooks to where the rear gas tank is at, mount, and then the seat bolts to that, and then you got your spring clips on the side that are hooked right straight to the frame. I didn't bother buying, you know, the bottom seat pan and crap that people sell that to mount it up. I just decided to make up my own little way of mounting it and doing it, and basically used a lumber strap and drilled it and cut it and ground it, stuck it under there, and later on I'll cut it off, take it off and paint it black. And at some point here I'll have to show you what it all looks like. Now, I can tell you right now that it's a hell of a lot more comfortable than the Mustang Day Tripper Solo. And now I got to decide if I want to go ahead and sell that seat or just keep it as a backup in case. I don't know. I do like the way the spring seat feels so far. Oh, even across that crappy man, that if I'd had the day tripper on there, I'd have been jarring really bad. So that looks like the day tripper seats work, or the new spring seats working out really good. Yeah. Now a lot of people will say, well, why do you put a spring seat on a bike that has shocks? Well, for one thing, it looks cool. And for another thing, it rides softer. So there you go. That's 2 reasons to put a spring seat on a bike that's got shocks. Whoa, hang on there, baby. Slow down. Where are you going, hot rod? Now let's hit the freeway, huh?